Welcome back. Thank you very much for staying with us. The Department of Water and Sanitation has warned that Rand Water may face water restrictions if it continues to withdraw more water from the Integrated Vaal River System than permitted. Joining us for more on this is Dr. Sean Phillips, Department of Water and Sanitation Director General. Good afternoon, Doctor. Thank you very much for joining us on the program. Reports are quite worrying. We're reading of looming water restrictions in the main, of course, due to non-compliance with extraction limits, where Rand Water Services are reported to be currently extracting 5.2 billion litres of water daily, surpassing the licensed allowance of 4.38 billion litres. Talk to us about this.
Good evening, and good evening to your viewers. The situation is that Rand Water abstracts water from the Vaal Dam and treats it and stores it and then supplies it to the municipalities in Gauteng. There isn't enough water in the Vaal Dam and the whole Integrated Vaal River System to meet the growing demand for water in Gauteng because of the growing population of Gauteng. So we make sure that Rand Water doesn't draw more water than can be sustainably drawn from the Vaal River System. And Rand Water is currently fully withdrawing that amount. And in fact, we've temporarily increased the amount that Rand Water can withdraw because the dams are full and the Vaal River System is in good condition. Every year we do an assessment and we determine the amount of water that Rand Water can sustainably withdraw. The restrictions that you're talking about are not restrictions that are going to be placed on Rand Water. They're restrictions that we're recommending that the municipalities in Gauteng put in place. Most of the municipalities in Gauteng currently have level 1 restrictions in place, which means that all the residents in Gauteng are supposed to not be filling their swimming pools with water, with municipal water. They're not supposed to be watering their gardens with sprinklers or hose pipes between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. in the evening. We're encouraging the municipalities to enforce those restrictions and also to consider putting in place stronger restrictions, which might include prohibiting people from watering their gardens with hose pipes and with sprinkler systems at any time of the day, and also introducing punitive tariffs for those households which use excessive amounts of water.
Now, the 6-month shutdown of the Lesotho Highlands Water Project tunnel is coming up. And many are asking if will this not exacerbate the current situation, because this is in 2 weeks' time. Are municipalities ready for this?
Yes, they are, but it won't exacerbate the situation because the Integrated Vaal River System consists of 14 dams which are all linked with each other. And some of them are very large storage dams like the Sterkfontein Dam in the Drakensberg. So these dams, the storage dams, are currently very full, and that means that should the Vaal Dam level go down excessively during the tunnel shutdown, we'll be able to top up the Vaal Dam from these storage dams. So our analysis shows that the tunnel shutdown won't affect the ability of Rand Water to continue to abstract water from the Vaal Dam at the rate that it's currently abstracting.
Now, let's talk about the broader issues, Doctor, affecting water security in Gauteng, because many speak of the losses through reticulation system, failing infrastructure or theft, but also there's that element of the hot and dry weather every time just before the spring rains.
Yes, that's correct. The underlying problem in Gauteng is that there isn't enough water in the Integrated Vaal River System, which is the source of water, main source of water for Gauteng. So because of that, everybody in Gauteng needs to use water sparingly until we can finish phase 2 of the Lesotho Highlands project. Currently, we already get a lot of water from Lesotho coming into the Vaal River System. There's 2 huge dams there, the Mohali Dam and Katsi Dam, which supply water to Gauteng. We're in the process of building a massive 3rd dam there called the Polihali Dam. Until the Polihali Dam is finished and we get more water into the Integrated Vaal River System, Rand Water is not going to be able to abstract more water and treat it than it's currently doing, which means that we need to work with the citizens and the municipalities to reduce demand a little so that there aren't these water outages. The municipalities need to reduce the leaks in their distribution system, which on average across municipalities in Gauteng is 33% the water is lost through leaks. They need to reduce that closer to 20% or 15%. And then secondly, we need to reduce the average consumption per capita in Gauteng, which is at 279 litres per capita per day, whereas the international average is 179 litres per capita per day, which is an anomaly. We're a water-scarce country. Gauteng is a very arid area in a water-scarce country without its own natural resources of water. That's why we have to bring water all the way from Lesotho.
Yeah.
If the citizens of Gauteng can reduce their water consumption moderately, it will mean that we'll be able to get through this period until Polihali Dam is built without having widespread water supply disruptions. Now, these water supply disruptions tend to occur particularly when there's a peak in demand. For example, during a heat wave, the demand can rise sharply when people use more water and they water their gardens more. That means that what happens then is that the demand for water increases, but Rand Water is not able to supply any more water because of the abstraction limit that we set on what it can take out of the Vaal Dam. And that means that water starts going out of the municipal reservoirs faster than the water can come in from Rand Water.
Yeah.
And then it means that the water levels in the reservoirs drop. And that means then that the reservoirs aren't able to push the water through to the high-lying areas. And that's when people start getting water supply disruptions.
So the main message is use water sparingly or expect punitive measures very soon. Doctor, thank you very much for your time as always this afternoon. That's Dr. Sean Phillips. He's Department of Water and Sanitation Director General.